to do the intro music on here. That'll be on the next episode. I promise you we'll hook that up. But welcome to the latest episode of Disturbed, the American Horror Story podcast.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, maybe that was our theme music. I'm Rob Southgate. With me,
Chris Mao.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, Rob.
So we have not talked about this at all. I literally just watched it, and I am full of things I want to talk about.
Me too. I got done about a half hour ago. So.
Oh my gosh! Before we jump in, I do want to once again mention we have been putting all of our links on our link tree. You can go to linktr.ee/disturbed, and from there, or I'm sorry, Disturbed Pod. So you got to make sure you put pod on there. And right now we have links to, I'm going to just read through our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can get, if you are looking for us on a different podcatcher, we're on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Libsyn, Player FM, Owltail, which I'd never heard of, Podbean, Listen Notes, Pod Paradise, TuneIn Radio, and Radio Public. All of those links are on our link tree now. So if you're somebody who listens on Podbean, you can go there, click on it, boom. Now you know where you can get it, where you can subscribe. These are some really cool podcatchers. I had not seen a lot of them, so I'm really excited that we're there. And it also has our webpage on there, which has, if you go to that, it has a donate button if you want to support the show and help keep things going. You can also go, like if you go to our Facebook page, you can communicate with us. We love to get in conversation. Also, you can send us an email. Let's just go to the main one until I get it worked out. You can send that to, unless I have it on here. Hold on, already screwing things up. And let's see if I find it. And I did. You can send email to us at disturbedpodcast@gmail.com. Nice. And I am going to put that link right now on here. disturbedpodcast@gmail.com. I hope that works. I don't know how that'll work as far as something you can click on, but it's here. Our email, it says. So there you go. That's our link tree. It's got everything on it. We shouldn't have to go through all of that every time. All we should have to say is, hey man, go to Linktree.
Yes.
And
that's cool. That's a from what little I've seen, that's a really cool tool to use to get this.
Yeah. And I don't know if it worked or not. Chris, if you go to Linktree, you could always look that up for us. But what it did was it took me to our page, which you wouldn't have the password for, but maybe it takes you to your own Gmail and it sends an email to us. So we'll figure that part of it out. So let's get into this Slash Dance. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
What a great name and what a great episode. You know, I think we talked a little bit about it. I was kind of on the fence about this season, and this one just got me.
Great.
There were twists upon twists upon twists, and it's like I think we suspected, everybody is completely a disaster in this show, and it's great. So,
yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I was surprised repeatedly through this one, like stuff I just didn't see coming. There were things I was questioning, like I was questioning. God, I hate to say it this way because I don't want you to think that I actually knew anything was going on. I really didn't, right. But I was questioning the nurse. Something seemed weird about her.
Well, sure. Well, something's weird about everybody. So I mean,
exactly.
Especially with her, yes.
But there was something that I was like, and I wasn't even thinking oh, she's in on it or she's. It was just there was something I was like, she didn't seem. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what it is. I can actually pinpoint the moment now that I'm thinking about it. It was in the last episode, and we may have talked about this on the last episode when they went into the nurse's office to find the keys, and what's her name went over and started looking through. Brooke started going through the desk trying to find the keys, and Rita, the nurse, just stood there.
Right.
It's her office. Wouldn't she go over
Wait.
to her own desk
Wait.
and just grab them?
Can you see my Rita?
Yeah, right, Rita. I'm putting join us live now on our Facebook group.
Good.
So hopefully somebody will join us here. Do we have any listeners going on right now?
Not yet.
That's okay. Okay, I'm back. So let's see. I already forgot what I was saying.
Did you see Get Vocal posted a link? Did you share that one?
That's the one I shared.
Okay.
So hopefully that'll work.
This is pretty amazing. So.
Yeah, Get Vocal. Yeah, completely digging it. I'll have something to talk about with that later in the show. Stay tuned. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, I was completely struck by the fact that she didn't get the keys, and then tonight she runs over and she starts going through the thing to get the keys after he comes through the window at her. And I was like, why didn't she do that the last time? Something seemed weird.
Well, I mean, as we go forward, we know that they aren't really her keys, so she has no idea what they are because she's probably looked at them for like 2 seconds. And she's like, what's up? So,
well, no, those I bet those are her keys.
No,
because she got there somehow. Oh no, she didn't.
No, she didn't. Okay, so spoiler.
She got there in the car of the real Rita.
So this whole entire episode is they're doing backstories on a lot of the minor characters, I guess is the way to put it, or some of they're doing backstories on some of the people. And who we think is Nurse Rita is not Nurse Rita. She is actually some psychologist that wants to interview all these serial killers and mass murderers.
Yeah, it's like what's it called? Mindhunter. It's like Mindhunter.
It's Mindhunter, but like religious psycho Mindhunter.
Yeah, she's got that whole thing about Ted Bundy where she keeps saying it's pornography and the killing in Asia that caused men to go crazy and become serial killers and spree killers.
Like, Vietnam flashback and whatever. So, yeah, so she's not the real killer. And she actually ambushes Nurse Rita on the way up there and steals her great yellow rabbit convertible. Typical, what you think the person who looked like Rita would drive.
Right.
Here she is, like this California girl, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Oh my God, she was right out of the 80s.
Oh yeah, she was right out of the 80s, and so Rita kills her, takes her car, and drives up there. So that's why I don't think she could find the keys because she had no idea what they looked like.
She probably was like,
keys? What's going on? But I mean.
But yeah, at the time I didn't know, and I was thinking, I wondered why. And then when I saw her, I forgot that until I saw her go to the desk, and then I was like, and then she goes, "Got him, found him." I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So now we know.
It could have just been stupid, typical slasher film. I can't find the keys. And then at the absolute
but it wasn't.
I got them, and then your head gets lopped off.
Yeah, that's later. No, but it wasn't. It wasn't that. Here's another thing about Rita, as long as we're talking about Rita. When she went in to talk to, it's Orla Brady is the name of the actress. Because we have a good friend named Orla Brady that we saw that we're friends with when we went to Ireland. We went and saw her and her, to us, her new husband. They've been married quite a while, but it's the first time we'd met him. Dr. K, she bit it in the last episode.
Right.
We see her again, and she's meeting with quote unquote Rita. Right. And the first thing she says is, you don't look very tired for a graduate student in a doctoral program. And it goes on. And I thought there's going to be more to this story than even what we know. Right now, what we know is she is studying serial killers. And she went and she saw Jingles, and she's got this hypothesis that she's trying to work. And we're like, okay, this is what the story is going to be. But that comment about her not being tired, I don't think she's even a psychologist. I think she's going to be either a reporter or a super fan of serial killers, a former, like maybe her
She was a
kid was killed by one of these serial killers, and she's going to learn what she can and eradicate the serial killers. Like she's flipped and become the psycho.
She's Dexter. She's a serial killer of serial killers.
That could be it.
I mean, who knows?
Although Dexter didn't kill innocents, whereas for her, I don't think she cares.
Right. No,
I think she'll kill whoever to get to whatever, but I don't know if she's there to kill Jingles.
Well, I mean, she set it up so he could escape and told him exactly how to escape. Which was a little convenient, but it was kind of
yeah, it sure was, man.
Yeah, hey, the camp's opening here. All you have to do
Here's
is
3 things I want you to do.
Right, exactly. If it took 3 steps, like he couldn't figure that out.
Right.
But here
I did like that he didn't talk for 10 years. Like he hasn't talked in 10 years. The first thing he says is, I lost it. It was something so ludicrous.
High fructose syrup.
It's in everything. That could be what's affecting us. High fructose corn syrup.
Which is a total 2000s thing to say. It's not even like an 80s thing to say. It's like you would say that now. Yeah, it's the high fructose corn syrup that's killing everybody. So
it's really great.
Yeah, no, it's great that they do that, but they still don't really address the fact that he may not be the serial killer. That he may just be a deranged guy and didn't do the killings, because we still don't know if he did it, because he goes, I went into a haze. They said I had a psychotic break. And I did all these murders.
Yep.
Huh? Maybe it wasn't him. Who knows? Maybe it was her. Maybe it was, who we didn't see this episode. So
well, that was just it. When she handed him the newspaper and it had the picture of the camp opening, his finger went immediately to her. Right?
Yeah.
And he said, just seeing her makes me want to stab her a lot.
Right.
So Margaret. Her name is Margaret. It's Leslie Grossman's character.
It could be that he's mad at her because she killed all the kids, and he just wants to kill her because she's bad. And he's not bad. He's just creepy janitor dude that's
But maybe he's a serial killer version of a Manchurian Candidate. Maybe
if he's a serial killer or not, we don't know.
I'm sorry, he's a spree killer.
Right.
I believe. Because he did this all in one shot. But I'm wondering,
was it this show that said that?
No, he's a mass murderer. He's a mass murderer. He's not a serial killer.
We don't know if he's a mass murderer or not. We just we assume.
No, right. But what they've shown us is he's a mass murderer. The only killing he ever did was at that camp. We do know that he did some killing at the camp. We've seen him killing tonight. He is a mass murderer as of everything we've seen now. Yeah.
As of the best guys who dress up as him, and then
oh my god,
that was great. They show up and like, dude, it's just a prank. It's like, what?
Oh my god, that was amazing. There was another one I didn't see coming. The 2 guys walk up and they're like, ha ha ha, we're Mr. Jingles. What did they call themselves? Like faux jingles or something?
I don't know.
Who cares? But then there's the guy. They called him Wide Load.
Yeah.
At least that's what it says at IMDb. I loved this exchange because he walks up and Jingles is like totally ready to cut this guy down, and the guy's like, "Hey man, I'm just one of you guys, and please let me do this." And he's the coolest. So Jingles lets him go. And I love how the guy trips as he walks away.
He's like looking. Well, no, he goes, I know my mom paid you to take me, and I just want to get this on. And Jingles is looking at him like, there's one bigger loser than me, and it's this guy.
Right. Like, I can't kill you.
Then lets him go. Well, and then he gets killed in the pit, which was great.
Oh, my God.
That was a great exchange.
Oh, my God. When the guy was standing over the pit, you knew it, right? You knew it was going to be Wide Load that they were going to push in there.
The 2 tickets to the gun show. So to preface this.
You know what? He's got a machete. I got 2 tickets to the gun show.
You've got a knife. I got 2 guns. It's like, so Ray and Chet fall into a spike trap, which is kind of like right out of Rambo. So they're pulling in all the 80s movies. Well, Chet gets impaled on a spear, like through his shoulder. Probably not going to kill him, but it hurts and it's bad.
Well,
And
it
so
might not kill him, but that could be. I mean, that could have punctured a lung, which they didn't
killed
play
him.
with
Yeah,
that.
it could've killed him. Yeah. No,
They
it's bad.
had it. It was funny because when it first showed it, it looked like it was pretty far down. Which right here, you're getting lung, right?
Well,
But then if you watched later when they pull him off, it was up here. So that's
Right.
shoulder meat. He might bleed out, but he might
Well,
not. So
he's
I mean, this is the kind of thing
walking
that's very survivable.
it's all the steroids. He's fine. He'll be okay. He can make it. He's running up. He'll be fine.
He's pickled.
He's pickled. But so I mean, so they fall in this spike trap. Number one, before this happens, Ray spills his guts why he's escaping. So here's another backstory. Turns out Ray was in some preppy fraternity, and some guy accidentally, some drunk pledge, falls down the stairs during Hell Night. And Ray, of course, overreacting, says, "Oh my God, this guy's dead. I'm going to push him off the cliff in his car and make it look like it's an accident." And then the guy wakes up.
Yeah, maybe you check his pulse. You know,
he checked his pulse.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He went over, but he didn't actually, because there would have been a pulse. He went like he may have done this, but he doesn't know what he's doing. He just freaked out.
First off, he did it with his thumb, which you have a pulse in your thumb, so you never take a pulse with your thumb. You do it with your fingers. So, not technically whatever. So he did the common, I'm going to reach for his neck. They think he's dead because he's all freaked out. Goes to push him over the cliff. The guy wakes up, and then he pushes him off the cliff, and the guy supposedly dies. We don't know. But
once again, we didn't see that he died. And if you watch the way that car went down there, I mean, it didn't like flip over or anything.
No,
that guy could easily survive.
Right. It just rolled down the hill. Not probably.
So maybe he's going to show up and not that he's going to chase after Ray at this point.
No. So then Ray.
He's not going to show up. The Ray storyline's over.
Yeah, well, it is over.
It.
So they do this. He spills his gut to Chet, thinking that Chet's passed out. And Chet's like, "No, dude, I heard the whole thing." And so then Ray
You're messed up, man.
Ray flips out and leaves Chet there. And Chet, of course, is like, "I'm not going to tell anybody." And then Ray takes off. So it's fantastic. So then later on, what's his character's name? What's the
Which
guy?
one?
The gun show guy. What's his name?
Oh, I got to get it for you because he's
Trevor.
too much.
Trevor, right?
Trevor Kirchner.
Trevor. So Trevor and Xavier find Ray. They're with Montana after their excursion with the their thing in the cabin. Ray takes off, and so Xavier and Trevor are walking around. They hear Chet yelling. They save Chet out of the pit, and as they're pulling him out, they see what they think is Mr. Jingles walking around.
Right.
Happens to be the loser kid.
Yeah, wide load.
Of course, wide load.
When they put Chet up against the tree like that, I had another Friday the 13th flashback. I thought it was going to be a thing when he puts the zip line around the guy's neck and
Well, hey, they've been at that tree. Everybody stops at that tree.
Right.
Everybody stops at that tree, and the pit is like 5 feet from there. Didn't anybody see that before? I mean,
it's a giant pit.
It's not like it's there, and those guys were screaming the entire time.
And how dumb are those guys when they're like, "Oh, Jingle set a trap," and then the guy goes, "Maybe the other guy did it." The other guy, how much time do they think these guys had? That was a giant pit. You can't dig that in like 5 minutes.
No kidding. So that seems to me like it's going to be Margaret did that. I'm going to call that Margaret did that.
Yeah, because Jingles hasn't been over there. It's probably a trap. If Margaret is really trying to capture Jingles, maybe she's trying to capture him so he can't tell her secret.
Exactly.
But regardless, maybe that's her trap is that, but these boneheads fell in and and now they killed somebody. And hey, they mentioned our nurse tonight, or our cook. They mentioned Birdie.
And they showed her in the previews for next week. So, yeah.
Oh, did they? I didn't see the previews for next week.
For the previews for next week. No, they show it because Xavier, as they're running around and they literally are at the cars and can leave, Xavier and Trevor are like, "We got to save Birdie and Margaret because we're not leaving anybody behind." People they met like 5 minutes ago.
Right.
Whatever. So they're intent on going to save them. But Ray's down there with them, and Ray freaks out because he's a chicken piece of poop. And so Trevor gives him the keys to the motorcycle. And this was a great scene too. Ray and Montana go to get on the motorcycle to go call the police and come back.
Yeah.
As soon as they get down there to the motorcycle, who shows up? Richard Ramirez.
Yep.
Who Ray fought.
Which is bizarre.
Yeah.
When he kicked the door in earlier in the episode, I'm like, it's like he's like supernatural. Once again, very Friday the 13th when he comes through the window, when he kicks the door and the whole door comes off the hinges and falls. I'm like, what is going on here?
Which they abuse the hell out of in the first opening scenes. Oh my God, the doors get knocked in, go through the window. I mean, it's but yeah. So Richard Ramirez goes in the cabin. Ray, being the chicken piece of poop that he is he wants to run and leave the other three people. He's like, well, I know I can run faster than three of you. Runs basically right into Richard Ramirez. Richard Ramirez slashes him up in the arm, and instead of leaving him, Chet came back to save his buddy and knocked Richard Ramirez out by tackling him. He's a big dude. Whatever, threw him against the wall. And so they all escape.
Do you think he's really Richard Ramirez?
He looks like it, don't you think?
Doesn't mean he is. Because now we know what we found out in the last seconds is he's working with Montana.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill Brooke.
Right.
Or capture Brooke or whatever it is.
Well, she said, have you killed her yet? And is this going to flash back to the wedding, to her red wedding? Maybe it's like, somebody was in there. Maybe, she's a friend of Brooke's ex and we don't know. And, because there's got to be.
Yeah, it could be.
Why would
Brooke be something?
Why would Montana want Brooke to die? That they just quote unquote met like 3 days ago.
Right. But that also makes me wonder if this guy, let's say this is her boyfriend. We'll just go with boyfriend.
Yeah.
Looks enough like what you would think the Night Stalker would look like, and she was using him like, you're going to do this, everyone's going to think it's the Night Stalker.
Right.
We could get away with this way. So maybe he's not the Night Stalker, because it's very weird. But I think we have an explanation as to why he showed up at the camp and all that stuff, where we're like, what is going on? Is he real?
Obviously.
I think, she's telling him. She's baiting him. She's bringing him, not baiting him. She's informing him and bringing him along.
Right.
That kiss was fabulous.
Yes. Well,
when that happened, I was like, did you notice there was a sound?
Yes.
And I thought, did she stab him?
No, she bit him.
Yeah, right. She bit him and then pulled him in for the kiss.
Well, no, she.
Oh, no, she had him in for the kiss and then she bit him.
And then she bit him and he went, and then went away.
And then she said it, because she's the one really pulling the strings. So now we know Montana is, I hesitate to say a bad guy, but a bad guy.
Yeah.
And we know that, quote unquote, Rita is a bad guy.
Right.
We are assuming Margaret is a bad guy.
She is.
Jingles is definitely a bad guy. Whether he is the bad guy we think he is or not, I don't know.
Right.
Let's see. Was Ray the first of our group to die?
Yes, Ray is the first killer death. And hold on.
There goes very trope.
Yes, the black guy isn't going to be the first one to die, but he dies a good death. It's not stupid, but you knew it was coming.
It's fantastic.
I mean,
when he was riding that motorcycle, you're like, what's going to happen? I thought it was going to be a wire across and it was going to chop his head off, but instead, Jingles.
You get a home run with that. So Ray gets on the motorcycle. So Trevor, be careful. She's a beast. She's a fickle beast. You got to be careful. Does some.
Oh my God, she'll throw you off. Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Well, when
everybody is. I mean, everybody really is. This is so fantastic. And the thing is, to me, I'm a huge fan of those 80s horror movies.
Right.
So this is just like every trope. The way the dialogue is written, the way the characters are acting. There's no way. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. This is American Horror Story. There is no way this is the show we're watching.
Sure, absolutely.
There is no way. Is it going to be next episode? Is it going to be the episode following it? I don't know.
Well, because we're on 3, so we'll get 1 or 2 more like this, and then something's going to happen. I don't know. Who knows what it's going to be, but it's great. Cuts. I love it. He's driving a ninja motorcycle.
Yeah.
Those things are like rockets. So
Yeah, it's a crotch rocket.
So he's driving down the, they're just like so powerful. He's driving down the road, maybe not going that fast, but going fast enough. He gets his head cut off, and the thing coasts like 20 feet and then falls over. It was so bad. Like, I was just watching that. I'm waiting for the bike to like flip over the fence and explode. It just kind of goes, and he's no head, and the bike falls over. They probably didn't want to waste a $15,000 motorcycle and crash it. So they just had to kind of lay it on the ground and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
But Trevor had some great lines. You're stuck on your own petard.
Oh my God!
Like he said that. I'm like, he did not just say that. I'm like,
he completely yelled it and pointed at him.
Yeah, what an idiot!
That was excellent. Excellent.
It's just so bad. I mean, he just keeps got the gun. I was waiting for the gun show. He's gonna pull that out. It's gonna be great. He's so sappy. It's so bad.
Oh, it's just, it was just so like satisfying to me. It was so funny. I laughed so much during this episode. And the thing is, it was one of the goriest episodes.
Sure.
We've had a lot of gore, like Twisty the Clown and all that. That was all pretty. There's been a lot of gore. Hotel had a lot of gore.
Right.
But this one, it's doing that 80s gore where it's like when Rita got the boat oar through her neck and then they showed it. And then he turned the light on, so you saw it even more clearly.
Right. Well,
that
was fantastic too. Matt Morrison sitting there looking through the fishnet. You can see him plain as day. And
yep.
Jingles must have the peripheral vision of an ant because he must be looking like down a toilet paper tube. He can't see anything. He's like walking around like la da da da. They're standing right next to him. Hi guys. It's like, really, dude, you're awful.
All three of them were in the room with him, just hidden, kind of.
Right.
And he doesn't see any of them. He does his thing. And I love how he did the total Jason thing where he walks in, he sees her. She's like on the ground, like, ah! He goes over, he's got his machete.
Right.
He's ready to go. Sure. And he like looks around. He drops the machete, grabs a broken boat oar, and then I'm like, he's going to hit her in the head or something first. Nope. He makes sure he gets it, so he gets it right down the throat.
They did the payoff. They did it like he walked over and she turned her neck open. And
opened her mouth.
You knew that was coming.
The best, though, was when Xavier turned the light on, because it was like, you could see everything. It was very clear. You're like, oh, man. And then he goes, click.
Yeah.
So you can see. And you're like, what? Why? Why did he turn the light on? We could see it. We know they could see it,
right.
But it was just to give us that really gory look. There was a lot of that in this one, and there was a lot of Friday the 13th. And I had another Halloween one when she went in to talk to when Rita, quote unquote, Rita went in to talk to the doctor, whatever her name is. Dr. Hopple. It reminded me of is it the Rob Zombie one with the doc? I know they did it with the doctor. Or is it
Donald Pleasance goes in and talks to the doctor at the?
Does he? I can't remember.
Absolutely.
But it's that same. It reminded me that so much of that. So it seems like with Jingles, they're doing two things. They're making him be Michael Myers and Jason.
Right.
I think that they're using both as a template, which one think something's not real.
Right.
Like he's maybe it's real, not like it's a reality show, but maybe it's not real. Like he's once again a Manchurian Candidate. They're filling his head with these ideas and having him play this character.
Would it be Tim sitting in the asylum and this is just all in his head? That all he can watch is bad 80s movies? That's all that's on TV? That would be great.
Oh my gosh.
Jerry shows up. And
they've got his eyes like wide open.
Yeah. Or Mimi shows up from Drew Carey show, and that would be great.
She could. That could be in, like episode 4, all of a sudden Mimi is there and she's his mom and she's another killer.
Yeah, that would be great. Dressed up, and who needs a clown? So
So who did we miss? Did we miss anybody in this one?
Well, so Rita, what other backstory? They gave Ray's backstory. What else did they go over?
Oh, let's see. We saw Ray. We saw Rita. That was really it. Because we
got the
didn't
Ramirez
do
stuff.
Yeah, but we didn't really do anything with that. All we got was that clue at the end
Right.
about Montana and Ramirez, and we also got the story of Rita, so we know at least what they're telling us at this point. We got.
And another great line: Chet's in the pit with a spike sticking through his shoulder. What kind of camp is this? It's like, I was like,
oh my god,
oh, you know,
he is such a bonehead.
Well, you know, he's
perfect,
and I think they're going like weird science on us a little bit because Bill Paxton, is it Bill Paxton? He's the one. He was the guy who was in Aliens, right?
Yeah.
He plays the
Game over, man.
He plays the older brother Chet in Weird Science.
Yeah, in Weird Science.
So
yeah.
I'm thinking he totally is channeling him with his lines because he has that kind of whiny. I'm the tough guy, but I'm whiny kind of voice. Yeah. It's like
game over.
Game over, man. Ask her. She survived. You know that. I remember seeing that one, and that was one of my. I'm like, this guy deserves to get everything.
Oh yeah, everything that happens to him, he deserves.
He deserves it. So, yeah, but I mean, I love this episode and its absurdity. That
thing is wrong. I had so much fun with it.
Everybody, what is wrong? We got. I think everybody's backstory. Why is Montana there? Did we get a backstory for
No,
her?
we still don't have everybody's backstory. We have glimpses. We have a glimpse into Xavier's. We have a glimpse into. We don't have Montana's.
No, we don't.
We have a backstory that Brooke told us.
Right, but I mean, at least but everybody has said it. So I mean, Ray told us his backstory.
So we haven't heard
his
Montana's yet.
Right, we haven't heard Montana's, and we kind of heard Margaret's, but what she told us, but we don't know what the reality is. So
yeah, well, you know what? And we also don't have Trevor's.
Well, no, because he said he.
And we know Chet's. We haven't seen it,
right.
But we know it.
But I mean, at least he told us. So we're looking for some of that payoff. Hopefully next episode, so we can get the why is she kissing Richard Ramirez? Now they're still referring to him as Ramirez in I think
on IMDb
and in Wikipedia. So it's
if you notice, if you go to IMDb and you look, it gives a little bit of a description of the next couple of episodes, which we're not going to talk about or spoil here.
I don't do that.
But it gives just one line about the next 2 episodes, but it only lists the principal cast.
Okay.
So it doesn't change names. It doesn't do anything. So IMDb is updated actually by it. Typically, it's done by the production company.
Okay.
So when. Or by one of the actors.
Sure.
I know this because I'm on IMDb Pro, and when I did those student films, I went in and they weren't registered at all. I put it in. I put who the production people were. I put who the actors were. So if I got anything wrong, what I put in wrong is in there until somebody corrects it.
Okay.
So they're controlling the information coming out. So if it says Billy Lord is in, all 11 episodes,
right.
We don't know if that's true. This isn't a repository of this is what they're contracted for. This is more of a, hey, here's the information they're giving us.
Sure.
And we've suspected that with American Horror Story before. I just hadn't realized that was what was happening until I started doing this, the IMDb Pro thing. So
well, that's cool. I mean, it's like Wikipedia. Wikipedia is just somebody puts it in there, whether it's them or a fan.
Right.
Looking through episode 3's Wikipedia, the description is pretty awful. It doesn't really, just kind of goes blah blah blah. This is what happened, and that's it. So
yeah,
but it's something to get there. I don't say it's interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm in. That's all I can say at this point.
The names of these, well, 2 things, and if you've seen the episode and you've seen the previews, they run over a couple things. Xavier goes and finds the cook. What's her name? I can't think of the cook's name. So
Birdie.
So they have an interaction, and that's funny. And then they show Ramirez and Jingles kind of squaring off. So yeah. I mean, that's what they show. That's the that was the teaser for next week. So that'll be pretty cool if that happens. I mean, I think Margaret kind of put that in Ramirez's head, if we're calling him Ramirez, to go kill Jingles and be like the true killer. So who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
What that'll be it'll be interesting. So
yeah, man.
We'll get there. But the names of the upcoming episodes are great. True Killers is the next one.
Yeah, that's the next one.
Red Dawn. I'm looking for a little.
That's fantastic.
And then Lady in White. There's only 7 episodes this time.
No, that's all they're showing so far.
Well, so
what did I look up? There are 11 episodes. Hold on, I can actually tell you.
So episode 6 after Red Dawn is episode 100 of American Horror Story. So
is it?
That might be fantastic. That's October 23rd. I wish they would have planned it for Halloween. That would have been better, but they didn't. So and then 7, the Halloween show on October 30th is called Lady in White.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a little Lady in Red music. That'll be great. But that's all they have listed in Wikipedia.
Yeah, it shows here that there are 10 episodes this season.
Good.
So, yeah, we're going to go until November 20th.
It'll be, maybe we'll get to the end of the night.
Maybe we'll get another Swayze, because Swayze was in this. His brother was in this, and maybe we'll get another one of his brother in Red Dawn.
And
they'll do like a flashback, and we'll find out that he was like very much Patrick Swayze's character.
Avenge me, boys! Avenge me! Like yelling at the worst. Absolutely.
Wolverines!
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's cut this episode. We will be back next week. One other thing, we don't know. We're either going to be on Sunday night or Tuesday night. Pay attention to our social media. It will be posted. This one we were a little late in posting it because I just didn't have it worked out. But I will for next week. I'll post the links and everything early so that so we can get people in our chat room and we can get people talking to us. We've had a lot of people listening. We're just not getting a lot of interaction.
Right.
We love to interact. So talk about us or talk to us on Facebook, talk to us here on Get Vocal. Wherever you talk to us, we are going to respond. And if you tweet to us, we'll definitely make sure we're watching that too. Chris, you want to give your social media?
Absolutely. I can be found at Blue Box Cafe or Blue Box Cafe 176. Also GeeksCon with a Z.
And we will put all the Disturbed links on our link tree. Once again, that's linktr.ee/disturbedpod. But you can also find me at R Southgate on Twitter, or you can find Southgate Media Group at SMG Pods. There's all sorts of ways to get in touch with us and to see what we're doing. If you go to southgatemediagroup.com, we have all of our shows listed there, and we have a lot of new things about to hit. Ooh. One that you're going to want to pay attention to sometime in the next, I think it's 2 weeks, we are launching a new show that is a Get Vocal only show. Nice. You'll be able to watch it on Facebook, and I think it's going to be on Periscope, but it is being done right here on Get Vocal. And there is going to be a very special guest on that one. And it is, I'm going to give you this tip. I haven't released this anywhere. That episode, the first episode, is going to be horror themed. So if you're a horror fan, which you probably are watching this or listening to this, you are definitely going to want to check out our show that's going to be on Get Vocal. But you've got to follow us on social media. Follow Southgate Media Group, and we will share it. We'll also share it from the Disturbed stuff so you know who's going to be on and what's up. That's it. You done, Chris?
I'm done. Thank you.
All right, everybody, back to your cabins.